Chapter 16, Family Matters. You will not change one's mind by delivering a fist to one's face, scolded Optimus. Why would you hit him? You were walking away. Lauren looked at her feet, standing in Optimus's right hand. You don't know what he was saying. I do not need to know what he was saying to know what you did in response was wrong, Lauren, Optimus continued. I didn't mean to, it just happened, whispered Lauren. I have no excuse. You owe Agent Woods an apology, Optimus said. Lauren glared up at him. I will not. Melissa had been overhearing things as Optimus walked to the doorway. You will not what? Optimus bent down and offered Melissa his left hand. You are her mother, you may wish to listen. She nodded and stepped up before Optimus stood once more. What happened? I decked Agent Woods, and Optimus is mad about it, Lauren muttered. Melissa blinked. Why would you hit him? Because he was egging me on about abortion. Lauren shouted. Oh dear, Melissa placed a hand to her face. Lauren, that is no excuse. I said that, muttered Lauren, but I refuse to apologize to him. Melissa removed her hand. Think about your role models. Is that what any of them would do? Lauren shrugged. Hey, Sonic the Hedgehog never apologizes for hitting Dr. Eggman. Lauren, this is serious. Melissa growled. Lauren looked at Optimus then at Melissa. No. That's not what any of them would do. Not what Optimus would do, not what Christopher would do, not what Granddad would do, not what Jesus would do. Been a while since I've said that one. You owe Agent Woods an apology, added Melissa. Lauren shuddered. I guess you guys are right. Now, uttered both Melissa and Optimus simultaneously. Lauren sighed, jumping out of Optimus's hand as he began lowering himself, and she vanished behind the doors. Thank you, whispered Melissa. Optimus looked at her. For what? Lauren is better, and it's because of those like you. She may still be a teenager, but now there's something different about her, something even more special, Melissa mused. Optimus looked over to his team, then back to Melissa. But I'm afraid she has been placed in great danger. More than this situation. If our enemies discovered that Lauren has my memories, and the collective wisdom of the Primes, she could be in great danger. He paused, hesitant to share the information, but it was the only right thing to do. Melissa, there is something else within your daughter's mind. Melissa looked up at him. Why do you sound so grave? Because the memories Lauren possesses, and the child she is continuing to develop, could be corrupted by a darkness within her. I will explain further in private, but as her mother you need to know. I will head outside. Lauren walked into a room, where a soldier had pointed her to, saying that Woods went in there, but it was just a small room, with nothing in it, a bit dark too. Lauren had chosen to leave, when some force struck her in the back of the head, ripped her from her fall, and slammed her back into the wall, holding her off the ground, by the neck, with his forearm. Lo and behold, it was Woods. Lauren struggled, but he was strong, and angry. You listen to me very carefully, Miss Courage. I don't appreciate being struck by a child in front of anyone. You want to fight, fine, I'm not above hitting women or kids for that matter, so. Lauren yelped, feeling a blow to the stomach. That's for the fist. Lauren collapsed, gripping her stomach, and looked up at him, defiantly, before being backhanded. That's for doing it in public. Lauren hit the ground, before feeling a shoe strike her side. And that is for good measure. Remember your place, Miss Courage. Woods walked away, and I wouldn't recommend mentioning this to anyone. He opened the door, and looked at her again. It wouldn't be in your family's best interest. There could be an accident. The door closed behind him. Lauren curled into a fetal position, begging herself not to cry, but she did. She couldn't understand how hitting him once warranted such a reaction. On top of that, she felt helpless again. For one moment she believed only the cons could shove her around, and once again, She had been mistaken. At a safe distance from the base, Rash and Optimus began speaking to Mrs. Melissa once more. This is a very difficult this to explain, Mrs. Courage, but the fact is, your daughter has a dark side. An entity called Unicron was defeated when Optimus's memories came to your daughter's possession, and with his memories came a part of Unicron. When we arrived it had been microscopic, but it has since doubled in size, explained Rasha. You're saying this being is in my daughter's head as well? Melissa asked. Yes, and he is the very essence of chaos, and evil, continued Optimus. Melissa gasped, Can't you get him out of her? Mrs. Courage, we haven't the slightest idea of how this is all scientifically possible, much less how we can use what part of Unicron is within her. Thus far, her dark episodes have been short, and often she realizes what she did was nothing like her, until these episodes grow more frequent. It is doubted we have much to be concerned about, Rash assured. What is the worst-case scenario? Asked Melissa. Tell me the truth. Rash looked at Optimus. It means that Unicron would undoubtedly kill her from within. Melissa froze, staring at the doctor, then she looked to Optimus. Don't let that happen. Lauren groaned, walking out, and being greeted by Jack. Lauren, are you okay? She growled. I'm never apologizing to anyone ever again. Ever. Jack blinked. What are you talking about? You have a bleeding like. Lauren growled, breathing hard, and angrily, tell Optimus I'll be out. Here, I'll come with you, just in case we come across Decepticons? Jack murmured. Lauren looked at him, in which case we will both be crushed, or kidnapped. I feel so much safer. She began walking. You. Jack thought, before following. Misery loves company. Lauren sighed, right. Hey, Fowler. Optimus looked over to Agent Fowler. Prime, you too, called Agent Woods. We got a few bogies inbound. Bogey? Asked Optimus. Unidentified flying object, called Fowler. Andy have the sixth sense that it's cons. Optimus would have followed, but he realized something. Someone was missing. 2 individuals actually. Where is Jack and Lauren? I doubt I actually saw the future, but yeah, somehow Rasha managed to transfer your consciousness into a Vicon, and your mom had a heart attack, Lauren breathed. It was just my imagination. Jack groaned, blushing. Sorry, muttered Lauren. You asked. Okay. Let's talk about you, Jack suggested. Lauren looked at him, sideways. I'm an insane, 5'4", medium brown-haired girl, with the memories of Optimus Prime. What do you want from me? Jack rubbed the back of his neck. What's your favorite food? Lauren stopped walking, and crossed her arms. Milk chocolate bluebell. Yours is your mum's spaghetti. She froze, realizing that Jack would never be seeing June again. Hey, how did you right, I told Optimus. Hey, are you okay? Lauren was so scared for Jack, Maiko, and Raphael. They would never see their families again. She turned away, beginning to tremble. For some reason she felt so sorry, and so scared, and so sad. Tears spilled out of her eyes. Jack. I'm so sorry. Wait, what? I thought you said you're never apologizing again, and why would you say that anyway? He asked. Lauren shuddered. Jack. If Optimus and I close the bridge, you're never gonna see your mom again. Jack stopped, as if he hadn't realized, and the shock hit him. Lauren turned around, and took Jack's right hand into both of hers. Jack. I'm going to be cutting off your only way home. See, can you ever forgive me? Jack looked down, and closed his eyes. Lauren, I can't just condemn both worlds for my mum. No one has that right. You know that. Optimus knows that. And I know that. Now, the bots, Maiko, Raph, you. Even your friends, they're my family now. Lauren hugged him. I know. But then why do I feel like this? Like I don't know. Jack looked at her, and patted her back. Maybe you are more attached to Optimus's life than you think. I don't know. Lauren released him, and wiped the tears away, turning from him. Forgive me, I've never felt like this before. I'm not sure how to react. Jack looked away, not sure either. Then his eyes narrowed, looking at the setting sun. Black dots appeared, and Jack looked closer. Lauren's manner changed from sadness to a controlled sorrow. Jack, I'm glad to have you here regardless. Jack looked at her. Why yeah, me too, but I think I jinxed us. Lauren looked. Even from so far away she would recognize that con anywhere, with 4 vehicles formed up behind him. Oh scrap. It's Dreadwing. Jack, run, I have this. She ran forward, fully intended. She jumped into the air, and only when she slammed face first into the ground, did she realize she had no vehicle form. She was human after all. Ow. Jack ran over, and pulled her up. Did you just try to transform? Lauren shook her head, dust drifting off, and her eyes weren't straight. No. I did not. Didn't I tell you to run? Yeah, but you're coming with me, Jack said. And if you choose to stay, so will I. Misery loves company, huh? Have you thought to use your phone to call the bots? Lauren asked. Oh. Right, Jack muttered, grabbing his phone, and turning away. They had been on the far side of the base, and Lauren eyed the motor pool. A grin spread across her face, and she tiptoed away from Jack. Because most of the personnel had been working on the bomb, and security was tighter in classified areas, there were only 2 guards at the motor pool gates. Hey, buddy. I need a bike. It's a matter of life and death. What? Asked one. Agent Woods called in for a distraction. I'm the distraction. They both looked her over. A distraction for what? Classified. Look, Woods is super busy right now. You wanna be the one to question his orders? Lauren asked. They looked at one another, then tossed her a key. First one in the lineup. Helmet is on the shelf behind it. You know how to ride? Lauren walked past them. Does an Autobot have wheels? She shot back, running over, jumping on, and starting her up, before rolling up to a good distance from Jack. Hey, Jack. He turned, and gaped. What are you? You remember how we were talking about fires in a building? And how there are people who run from fires? Lauren didn't wait for a response. Well, I'm one of the ones who runs towards it. She put the helmet's visor down, revved the engine, and saluted Jack, before surging forward. She took the shard from her pocket, and jammed it into the front panel, to be held in place, that should get his attention. This is just about the stupidest thing I've ever done. But it's the right decision. As long as it keeps the base from a direct assault. Bring it on, Dreadwing.
Well, that's the ending of that chapter. I do hope you enjoy this video. If you like to see more, remember to hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and leave a comment down below. Until next time.